Hey, this is Brant with Vintage Statements, and today we've got this nice large dresser that we're gonna redo. So follow along. All right, let's take a look at this piece. Kind of break down what we have to do here. We're gonna sand the whole piece down. Hopefully, we can sand the top down without going through the veneer and give it a stain. Then what we'll do is we'll paint the base, give it a nice little color, maybe a little scuff to give it a little farm style look. But first we gotta remove all the hardware. And some of this hardware is missing, which means I gotta replace all the hardware because I can't just put one row down here and then put some others. So we'll fill these holes, we'll find some new handles, and then we'll go from there on that. So let's get the hardware off, let's get the drawers out, let's check the tracks, and then we can start sanding. Ugh. Alright, so we got all the hardware off. Now we're going to start sanding this piece down. So we'll scuff sand all of this. We'll have to hand sand a lot of this too. And all the drawers. But we're going to start with that top. So I got my DeWalt sander here. I got a face mask and 80 grit sandpaper. We're going to try to save that top. We'll see how it goes. If we can't, then we'll be painting it also. Let's give it a try. Alright, so what we got here is a dark walnut, special walnut stain. I add a little dark walnut to it to give it a nice custom color. So what we're going to do is do the whole entire top, side to side. Got an old sock, and that'll get the job done. So let's get started. Alright, so we've got the top stain. We're going to let that dry. While it's drying, let's start on these drawers. We're going to do an eggshell medium to medium gray. It doesn't have a real name to it, so we'll call it medium gray. And then we'll start doing this frame. We're going to do it twice, and then this piece should start coming alive. So let's get started. Alright, it's painted, top's dry. Now we're going to add our feed and wax. It's a Howard product. It's got orange oil in it. It gives it that nice wet look. So for this piece, I don't think we're going to sand. We're going to leave it as is, which is going to be kind of a cool piece here. We'll keep it a nice gray, flat gray on it. Top, we're going to use our old rag here, put on the wax, oil, and then we can start working on those drawers. We got to put new hardware on them. So let's get started. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to find our center points for our knobs. Now, can't really see well in this bag, but kind of a cool little design knob that we're going to put in its place here. So, what we did is we measured in between our old marks, and then we measured the height, and we're going to half that and half the distance here. So we'll start on those marks, and then what we'll do is after we have them all marked, we'll drill them out, and then we can start putting our hardware in and start sliding these doors in. Alright, so this step, well, you can skip if you want to leave it solid, but with vintage statements here, we scuff it up a little bit, give it a vintage look, and then, well, we can start putting the hardware on it. So, first, we're going to do a couple of the drawers. We'll do this frame, and I'll finish up all the other drawers so you can see everything that we do. So let's get started. Alright, here it is completed. It's a mid-gray with a Jacoba bean stain or a dark walnut stain top. We orange oiled, Howard's waxed it, and then, well, put all these nice little hardware on, and we got this really nice dresser compared to what we started with. So if you like this project and many of others, subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook and Instagram, and well, maybe this will inspire you to do your own dresser.